Welcome back to the Steam Deck Performance Series. This week we're going behind the wheel with the Need for Speed franchise of racing games. With the new game, Need for Speed Unbound, having just been announced, what better time than to take a look at their last non-remastered game, Need for Speed Heat. Also, it's on a massive sale right now. Until tomorrow, you can grab the deluxe edition of Heat for only $3.50. But let's dive right into this open world racer with obnoxiously aggressive cops. Though before getting to performance, can you play this game offline? The Steam Deck is a portable system, and this game is hardwired into the EA Origin application. You can play it offline, but there are some extra steps. Basically, you have to log into your Origin account every time you boot the game up. Even if you're in offline mode, you have to first do a verification code for Origin on the platform, and future boot-ups will still need you to do a normal password sign-in before it'll let you in. Now with performance, we get some pretty good results here. While 60 FPS is a bit out of reach, we can get it pretty close to the PS4 and Xbox One versions. Now first of all, Linux and Proton don't really have that much variance. You aren't going to get a massive frame rate boost by using Proton like you would in Tomb Raider. It's a few frames higher, but the ranges will pretty much be the same no matter what tool you're using. Now as far as graphical settings, you do have a lot of options depending on what you want. Almost every graphical preset will give you around 30 FPS. Even ultra settings will give you frame rate in the 30s when you're in the basic open world, though both that and high settings do drop it down in the middle of racing when you've got a bunch of vehicles around you. So our go-to is going to be medium settings, which is pretty much what the auto graphical preset does anyways. This will get you over 30 FPS in pretty much every situation from open world to racing. It'll be a mix of the 30s and 40s overall, but it won't drop under 30. Now 30 FPS isn't too bad at all, and guess what? PS4 Pro and Xbox One X are also locked to 30 for this game. Medium settings are about on par with what the PS4 version shows, so it's basically that version on the go. Technically a little better if you don't use the deck's 30 FPS limiter, but I tend to for these games for more consistency. And since we know we're not going to get 60 FPS, all of our battery life readings are going to be with the 30 FPS lock on. On maximum brightness, Heat is going to give you about 2 hours of battery life, give or take. This is pretty okay, and dropping the brightness down isn't really going to get you that much more, so you might as well keep it up. On half to low brightness, you're only going to get an extra 15 minutes or so. And like I just said, this is pretty okay for a Steam Deck game, though way less than the last two games that we covered with Alice Madness Returns and Metal Gear Rising. But those games are a lot older than Need for Speed Heat, so it's kind of understandable. So, as we wrap this up, would I recommend Need for Speed Heat for Steam Deck users? Yeah, I think I would. While it is a hassle to get the game set up to be played offline at times with the whole login thing, it looks great and will still hit that steady 30 FPS you get on PS4 and Xbox One. It may not be able to reach 60, but 30 is pretty good too. And that's all I have for you today. I'll be back soon with more Steam Deck game performance.